Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? This might be a long video. It's a very sad day, yeah, as far as YouTube and Google is concerned. I mean, it's been kind of rough the last couple years for a content creator with YouTube getting very strict on a lot of different things. But they got rid of Google Hangouts today, August 1st. But that's probably one of the best things they ever did. Even, I mean, because YouTube used to be great. I think around 2016 when they started to get tougher and tougher on people, and it was really unfair when they, people who were already established and monetized, they said they had to meet all this criteria. They'd get, or they had like 35 days or something like that, giving emails, and if not, they demonetize their channel, which I think is wrong. And a lot of that happened to my friends. I'm still monetized though. When I started seeing people going live, I was saying that would be pretty cool. And then I was like, why don't you go live? I'm like, well, I don't know, and stuff like that. I actually, when I first was looking into it, I didn't know how to do it. Then they had that camera icon on YouTube, and then I started monkeying around and I started learning on live stream using the. I mean, at first, I don't think there was a chat. I got the chat up, and then Ian K, repeat this out, helped me sub super chat. I didn't know how to do it. I mean, because I'm at like in this area, there's not a whole lot of YouTube and stuff like that. I don't have much help from anyone. They just don't know what's going on or anything like that. And so I started doing live streaming last year, and I really enjoyed it. I have to watch Ian and two other people. Yeah, two other people. And of course, Mr. Happy 0121 when he would live stream. Um, and there was some other people who would live stream too, and then finally I started doing it, and I really enjoyed it. And then every time YouTube changes something or switches something else, it screws up with my live stream. Now, uh, I tried to go live last year, and then YouTube wouldn't sync up my camera, so I couldn't go live. And that went on for about a month. I fixed it. It was a temporary fix, so that worked for another month and a half, and then I couldn't get to work at all. So I said, oh well, that's the end of the live stream, which really sucked, especially on my birthday. I would definitely want to live stream on my birthday. And then I found out about setting up events because I didn't understand it at first, and then they said you could set up a Google Hangout. And then that's when I did, and I started doing live from that. Now I can't do live from that, so I'm going to look into something else. So no lives until I figure out what's going on, okay? Now that's the kind of like the channel update. I'm sorry about that inconvenience. If anyone wanted to contribute to the channel or something like that, my PayPal's in the about description if anyone's interested. I can put in a link below too. If anyone's interested in donating to help out the channel, I'd appreciate it. So let's go back. Google Hangouts has gone. I want to talk about my personal history with Google Hangouts. Like I said, there's people who have been on the internet for a long, long time. I never went on the internet until never got internet until mid January 2013. That's why I started the channel up. And my friend did help me. One friend helped me set up an account. I had to he said, get a Google account. I said, okay. And, he set me up with that and YouTube and stuff. Now, at the time, that became a problem later on in the year. Because a lot of people had, accounts from, Yahoo. And one guy did a video saying he didn't want to switch his account to Google. He had a Yahoo account. And he was able to access YouTube. I guess later on that year, if you didn't have a Google account, they were forcing you to get one, or you couldn't access YouTube and stuff like that anymore. But since I already had one, it wasn't a problem. Now, with that came Google Plus. Now, I don't know. I was never a big fan of Google Plus. Now, some people took advantage of it. There was some really cool, not GIFs or GIFs, I don't know how you pronounce it, but they had really cool animations on there. Not a lot of GIF, but different. Some people really post some neat stuff on there. And then it just became a thing where you rehash what's on your channel. But along with that came Google Hangouts. Now, in the early days of my channel, long before I did food reviews, I did a couple food related videos, but that's about it. Um, I had very slow subscriber growth in the beginning. I mean, because I didn't know how to promote myself. And well, like I said, no one was helping me. I was just all by myself, and the family was against it. You know, and my dad said, "That computer's done by a toy. It's a toy." You know, and they were against it. And my fifth, my I remember the first couple subscribers I had. Tim Sands, my very first one. Then France Zooms. I don't know where he went to. He said he was going take some time off for the summer. He never came back. I talked to Tim about that a couple of times. And like my fifth subscriber was a lady from Canada named Buncems. And like I said, with Google Hangouts came all these other stuff. With Google came all stuff including Google Hangouts, which I never heard of before. And there used to be, back then, used to be a lot of channels tried to be like the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker from Dark Knight. And there was one guy who did one guy that I became friends with did something called Friday Night Mayhem or something like that, where he'd like talk in a Joker voice about stuff for like 20 minutes. I can't remember what he talked about. Well, we were friends. We used to have they used to have some video inboxing through YouTube, which is like, private messaging, and which was pretty cool. And it was a nice little feature, and it was a lot easier than what I hate what they have now. Try to make it like Facebook. They should have left private message, the last one, by itself, if they're going to get video inbox. Well, anyways, he was saying like he was also a pro wrestler, and he was also one to pursue a career in documentary filmmaking. He was a fellow vet like I was. And I remember one night he had to go to a wrestling match, Thursday and Friday or something like that, and he asked Buncems if she would take over his show. And she said, okay. And she wanted Google Hangouts for like a live 7-minute video. And she had the Harley Quinn outfit, not the Margot Robbie. I almost said Rob Zombie. Margot Robbie outfit, but the traditional court jester one. And she was doing, and she did a pretty good Harley Quinn imitation. Like, he's out wrestling with the boys or something. I can't do it. And then I guess he didn't like it. He said she completely got it wrong and stuff like that. But that was my first experience seeing Google Hangouts. I said, they can do this live? That's cool. It's a lot different back then than it is now. And then later on, I became friends with, in the whole thing with social media, you become friends, and you make friends, and you lose friends, make friends. You know what I mean? It's a revolving door. And there's one person that I used to watch, I became friends with. I remember she was doing Google Hangouts, talking to some of her, she was in the witch community, some of her witchy friends, I guess. I don't know if they were all, but she was like talking to some people. I remember watching on a Sunday night. I didn't watch the whole thing. I had to go to bed. And I guess the conversation got kind of raunchy and stuff like that. And she says, it's a good thing I don't have this live. And then someone said, this is broadcast live right now. No, you're kidding. She must hit the live, but she didn't know it. So she got rid of the video and deleted it. Most of those are probably deleted anyways. It was weird because whenever you finish the video, you press a button and then it would process it and then upload it to YouTube. And then later on, she was doing like shows like Friday nights at 9 o'clock. And she wanted to know if anyone wanted to be invited. And I did it through Facebook. Because I didn't have... Was it through Facebook or through Video Inbox? I can't remember. I didn't have Video Inbox. I didn't have Facebook till like December of 2013. Because I was pretty much just doing YouTube stuff. I didn't have... Everyone kept pushing me. He said, you got to try Facebook. You got to go Facebook. And I remember doing like, she'd have like live conversations. Then sometimes she'd try, and then we'd talk privately, and our friends would be on there, and we'd all talk and stuff. Like, it was fun, And she had a bunch of people on, and then eventually, we got in a fight and stuff. And then I was looking into it, and I started doing it myself. I go hands myself on the January 2014 sometime. Just by myself. And then I was thinking about doing some ones with panels before. I did a handful. Uh, what did I do? I remember doing like a tribute to Undertaker, and then I would like on some with Trav. Did Trav try the Google Hangout? Uh, I did like live question and answer thing. I mean, but it's weird because I couldn't see. I didn't know how to do it so I could see the chat that was going on. And people were like, you don't see any comments, are you? I guess not. And we when I in 2014 I formed two groups. I formed Movies, Food, and Metal and the Maggie May Fan Club. And I did three Movies, Food, and Metal videos. And the last one I did, I mean, had Diane, it had Joyce, had Meredith, Metu and You, it had Harmony Lamarche in it, and it had Steph from They Said Rock and Roll, now Leather and Jade vlogs, and then it had the endorsement, and the endorsement was in the second one too, and Meredith did the second one along with Diane and Trav, and also Ian K from Peep This Out was in this one. It was the very first Google Hand he ever did, and that was like, I think my longest one. My longest video for the longest time was almost 3 hours. It was a long time before I broke that again. And with that, I mean, that might have been the last time I tried to get people because it was really a pain in the ass to try. It was scheduled so bad, and to try to set up a go. It's really tough, you know. And I remember talking to Wonder Woman on a private Google Hangout too, which was cool. And then after and then I went back just talking to that girl another. I didn't do Google Hangouts that much anymore because it was just too much of a headache. And then it was easy for her to get other people on. So I was just doing ones with her, mostly private ones, and then like a couple more public ones. Then my dad passed away. And I remember talking to a friend from Facebook on a private Google Hangout a long time ago. And it kind of mentioned this thing's kind of drifted away for a while. I don't know. I didn't see people doing Google Hangouts that much anymore for a while. Well, I mean, I only watch certain channels. You know what I mean? I don't watch all of them. And that's when YouTube kind of started went another direction in 2016. Well, was it 2015? I remember doing a couple of test Google Hangouts, but it was kind of a pain that it changed or something like that from last time I did them. And then I did one when I tried to bring another guest on, and you couldn't hear what he was saying at all. I couldn't hear what he was saying. And then when the video ended, it didn't record him. It just recorded me, looked like talking myself, looking like an idiot. And that kind of killed having like guest panels on for me for a while. Because I mean I don't want to invite all these people in and then have it being a disaster and hurt anyone's feelings. That's all YouTube's fault. So going forward, I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot of that, and I started seeing people live stream, like these two people on this food review who are unfriended me, Ian, Greg, and that's about it. I mean, I seen them start live streams. They were like, "You should start live streams." I was like, "I don't know." And then I found out that icon that I could use. That said use the webcam. I was able to do that, and like I said, YouTube started screwing around with stuff, and then I can't link my camera up now. And then like I said, a month and a half later, I did something. I don't know what I did, and it was able to link up. So I did a couple more months of videos, and then after that, I didn't have any luck at all, and I missed a whole bunch of days, including my birthday, December 29th, which really sucks. And then I found out, I didn't know you could do it. I mean, that live streaming stuff, that one with the camera was easy for me to follow. They said create an event. Not the main event, that's Barbara Streisand. And I found out how to do that, and I got back to live streaming. And it was really cool, and then I was saying, I'm live streaming to Google Hands, and John said they're going to be getting rid of that pretty soon. I'm like, shit. Because they got rid of Google Plus, but no one liked Google Plus anyways. Well, I mean, it's our own thing every day had a bunch of communities on it. I tried to doing a movie, food, and metal community thing on it. I had like one person on there, but I didn't really pursue that. I had put a couple of photos on there, and that was it. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that they got rid of it. I mean, they keep getting rid of all the good stuff. But I mean, that was a really, I mean, and I was, as far as Google Hangouts joining in a conversation online, I was doing that with Queenie Todd. Queenie Todd, she has people from the horror movie community. I remember talking to a lot of really good people there on her live stream, which were fun. Yeah, I asked her last night, yeah, it sucks that they're getting rid of Google Hangouts. She said, yeah, I'm going to find something else, you know. So I wanted to say rest in peace, Google Hangouts. I think is a horrific mistake on YouTube. Oh, and speaking of Google Plus, there was this one girl did a song called "F You Google Plus," which was really funny and very creative. But I mean, she was. Let me see. Hold on, let me find out who did it. I think I can't remember her name. Unless YouTube took it down. You never know. I mean, you can't put cursing in there now. I mean, there was a time when they said you're allowed to curse if you want to. Emma Blackery, yeah. Yeah, Emma Blackery, which had... I thought it have... Oh. I thought it had more things like than that. How many things does she have? Okay. She had 1.4 million subscribers. But I mean, that was a good song she did. I like that song. So, in closing, I want to say rest in peace, Google Hangouts. One of the best things that Google ever did, and they got rid of it. Now, I'm going to put a link to that Google Hangout that I did with... Oh, and also on Twitter... Earlier last year, I believe it was last year, the endorsement wanted to talk to me about some stuff. So we talked privately on Google Hangout, you know. But, I mean, I think it's a huge mistake them getting rid of Google Hangouts. So, in closing, I just want to say, rest in peace, Google Hangouts. Sorry I won't be able to live stream for a while, but I'm going to figure out another way to do it, like I did last time. And until next time, bye, please. Take care, my Legion. Now... up here, you'll see the link to that Movies, Food, and Metal Part 3, my longest video for the longest time, at almost 3 hours before I had that exhausting 6-hour live stream. I could have, with that last live stream a couple weeks ago, I could have went out longer, but I had to go to bed. That one I had with my sister was over 6 hours. And that's my longest videos. That's my longest video. Hope you like this video, everybody. Like I said, wow, until next time, take care. But up in here is the link to that one, the Movies, Food, and Metal Part 3. Had a bunch of people in there. Right. Take care, everybody.